It all started with a trip that was never meant to happen. 5 of us, Alex, me, Lyd, Kian, and Tram, were supposed to go hiking near Darlat. But somewhere along the way, we decided to take a different road.
We wanted something of the beaten path, something not on Instagram. The GPS glitched and a narrow trail appeared on the screen, winding through dense pine forests. It didn't have a name. It wasn't even on Google Maps before.
We were curious, stupidly curious. As soon as we turned onto that road, the fog came. Not the kind that rolls in gently, but the kind that wraps around your car like a living thing. Our radio turned to static.
Phones lost signal. Every clock in the car stopped working, all at once, frozen at 3:33 p.m.
We laughed it off.
Min said maybe the altitude messed with the electronics.
But Lynn didn't laugh.
She said she heard someone whisper her name from the radio, even though it was off.
No one responded.
I looked at her in the rearview mirror. Her eyes looked distant, like something already knew we were coming.
Eventually, the fog lifted, and before us lay a village, old wooden houses, moss-covered roofs, narrow stone paths. It looked frozen in time. There were no signs, no vehicles, no electricity poles.
Just people walking slowly, dressed like they stepped out of a 1950 seconds movie. The strangest part,
they weren't surprised to see us. They smiled, nodded, and welcomed us as if we had always been expected.
We asked for the name of the village. No one gave an answer. We asked what year it was.
One old man chuckled and said, "Why does it matter here?"
When we tried to leave, the road we came in on was gone, literally.
We walked where the path should have been, and there was nothing but endless forest, all directions looking the same.
That night, the 5 of us stayed in a wooden guest house offered by the villagers. They served us a strange stew. It didn't taste like any meat we knew.
Trang whispered to me that the villagers kept smiling too much. Their smiles didn't reach their eyes.
After dinner, we each took separate rooms. That was when things got worse. Lynn screamed first. We ran to her room. She was soaking wet, even though the house was dry. She said she dreamed of drowning in a black lake, and something was smiling at her underwater, pulling her down.
Min laughed nervously and said it was just a nightmare, but his hands were shaking.
The next morning, Trang found the lake. It was huge, still, and dark. The villagers warned us not to go near it after sunset. The lake remembers, one woman said.
Whatever that meant.
Trang leaned over the edge, just staring.
When we pulled her away, she didn't speak for hours.
The longer we stayed, the more we forgot. I mean it literally.
Min couldn't remember his parents' names. Lynn forgot how she and Trang became friends. Even I struggled to recall why we went on this trip. Our memories weren't fading, they were being erased. That evening, the village elder finally told us the truth, or part of it. He said the village had existed outside of time for hundreds of years, maybe longer. To remain hidden from the world, it required
a balance. Every 10 years, the village needed a soul, an outsider, to stay, not to die, to stay,
to become one of them.
In return, the village would remain untouched by age, disease, or death.
None of us believed it.
At first.
Then Kian disappeared.
We searched all night. We found him standing in the lake, waist deep, eyes closed, whispering something we couldn't understand.
When we tried to drag him out, he screamed and fought us like an animal. Eventually, he passed out. When he woke up, he wasn't the same.
He looked at me and said, "They showed me what happens if no one stays." We didn't ask. On the 5th day, we tried to escape again. We packed everything, walked straight through the forest with Trang's compass. No matter what we did, we always ended up back at the village. The trees moved. I swear they did. The sun never seemed to rise or set.
It just hung in place. On the 6th day, Kian told us he was going to stay. It's the only way, he said. If one doesn't stay, none of us will ever leave.
Not alive.
We cried, begged, but deep down, we all knew he was right. That night, Kian walked into the lake and never came back out.
The villagers didn't stop him. They stood along the shore, heads bowed, like a ceremony.
The next morning, the fog lifted.
The road returned. Our phones buzzed with messages and time moved again.
When we looked back, the village was gone. Just trees, just silence. The world didn't know we had been missing for 6 days.
According to everyone else, only one day had passed.
It's been 2 years since then.
We never speak of it.
We don't visit each other.
The bond we had was buried in that forest.
It's been 2 years since then.
We never speak of it.
We don't visit each other.
The bond we had was buried in that forest. Kien, standing at the edge of the lake, still smiling, his eyes white as snow on the back of the photo. There were only 6 words written in shaky handwriting. The village remembers. Do you?
Disclaimer. This story is a reimagined adaptation of a mysterious and haunting legend that has been passed down through generations. Certain details have been fictionalized and embellished to enhance the suspense, horror, and overall appeal. All characters and events depicted are entirely fictional and are intended solely for entertainment and imaginative purposes. Viewers are encouraged to enjoy this eerie journey into the unknown without drawing connections to real-life individuals or occurrences.